Today we're diving into one of those rare mornings when obscure tickers suddenly dominate the headlines. Two little-known companies, GLE, Global Engine Group, and AEHL, Antelope Enterprise Holdings, shocked the market with explosive pre-market gains, each soaring hundreds of % before the opening bell. We're going to break down what happened, why it happened, and what it might mean for traders and investors watching from the sidelines. If you enjoy deep dives into stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button right now so you don't miss the next big mover before it happens. On most days, GLE barely trades. It's a microcap with a thin float, limited news flow, and negligible analyst coverage. But this morning, it was at the top of every pre-market gainer list, up nearly 300%, moving from around 0.75 to almost $3 in early hours. This isn't the first time it's spiked. Just a few weeks ago, GLE jumped 25% intraday, only to give back those gains. The pattern looks familiar to seasoned small-cap traders: low float, high volatility, and a market eager to chase anything that moves. Today's surge appears to be another wave of speculative buying, driven less by fundamentals and more by momentum and chatter circulating in small-cap chat rooms. With thin order books, even modest buying pressure can catapult a stock like GLE skyward. Meanwhile, AEHL's story is quite different. Antelope Enterprise surged plus to 38% in pre-market after announcing a very real, tangible development. It secured up to $50 million in financing to build a Bitcoin treasury. This wasn't vague or speculative. It was a specific plan to allocate significant capital into digital assets and begin what its CEO called the starting point of digital transformation for the company. They also promised to disclose holdings, custody, and purchase plans regularly, an unusual level of transparency for a small cap entering crypto. That credibility and clarity helped fuel investor confidence. The contrast between the two moves is stark. GLE's pre-market rally was driven almost entirely by momentum and speculative appetite. AEHL's rally was grounded in an actual corporate action that tied into a powerful narrative, crypto adoption, and backed by fresh financing. This morning's twin surges highlight the psychology of the market. Investors are searching for catalysts. In GLE's case, the catalyst was simply price action itself. As the stock moved up, more traders jumped in, creating a feedback loop of fear of missing out. In AEHL's case, the catalyst was news. A concrete announcement aligned with one of the most exciting investment themes of the decade. Neither path is risk-free. For GLE, forecasts still warn of downside risk. Various analysis sites estimate only short-term bounces but caution that overall sentiment and trend indicators remain bearish. The company's fundamentals haven't changed overnight. There's no new revenue stream or product. Moves like this often reverse quickly, leaving latecomers holding the bag. For AEHL, the risk is execution. Crypto markets are notoriously volatile. If Bitcoin and Ethereum prices slump, or if AEHL's management fumbles its treasury strategy, the stock could give back gains just as fast. Still, compared to GLE's purely speculative surge, AEHL's pivot at least provides a roadmap to potentially sustainable value creation if executed well. Technical analysis tells its own story. GLE's chart today looked like a wall. Previous resistance levels obliterated, new psychological levels at $1, $2 and $3 emerging as reference points. But in thinly traded names, technicals can be deceptive because a few large orders can shift the entire landscape. AEHL's chart reflected a classic breakout pattern following the news, with high volume and a surge through previous highs. Whether it holds depends on follow-through buying and Bitcoin sentiment. The broader lesson for traders and investors is to understand the difference between momentum-driven spikes and news-driven pivots. Momentum spikes like GLE's can produce massive short-term profits for those already in or nimble enough to trade quickly, but they also carry enormous risk. News-driven pivots like AEHL's can be just as volatile, but at least offer a fundamental story to anchor expectations. It's also a reminder of how small caps and micro caps can behave like leveraged bets on narrative themes. In an era where information spreads instantly, even a whiff of crypto or AI can transform a company's perception overnight. That's what we saw with AEHL. The mere mention of a sizable Bitcoin treasury and an AI-powered platform was enough to ignite pre-market enthusiasm. For long-term investors, caution is key. As Warren Buffett often says, in the short run, the market is a voting machine. In the long run, it's a weighing machine. Today, GLE and AEHL received a lot of votes. In the months ahead, the market will weigh their actual execution, earnings, and balance sheets. In the case of GLE, without new announcements, the underlying business remains unchanged. The spike may fade, and unless the company produces concrete results, the current price levels may not hold. In the case of AEHL, the financing and Bitcoin treasury offer a path forward, but crypto exposure cuts both ways. If Bitcoin rises, AEHL benefits. If Bitcoin crashes, AEHL's new strategy could become a liability. This story also reflects the hunger in today's market for the next big thing. Traders saw CWD spike 2,000% recently. Now they're looking for the next CWD. That's why GLE and AEHL became magnets this morning. Understanding that psychology can help you navigate these waters. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. Know whether you're speculating or investing, and always have an exit plan. In summary, GLE's pre-market surge was an archetype of momentum speculation. Thin float, no clear news, but massive price action drawing in traders. AEHL's surge was an archetype of narrative-driven investing, real financing, clear plan, and a story investors want to believe in. Both offer opportunities and risks, but they are not the same. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want to see more deep dives into sudden stock moves before they hit the mainstream, subscribe to the channel and hit like so you're always ahead of the curve. And most importantly, leave a comment below. Do you think GLE and AEHL will hold their gains or give them back? Your insights could spark a great discussion in the community.